You know when you're like watching a show and you see a certain character you like or a certain event that happened and you're like, a lot more could have happened to this character. There was so much potential and it ended up being wasted. Well, Naruto is definitely the king of that, and Masashi Kishimoto is notorious for wasting his character's potential. We're gonna dive deep to find out more. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and turn the post notification on. Thank you, would appreciate it. I think for this video, I'm just gonna focus on 3 people that I believe had the most wasted potential in Naruto and how so much more could have happened to them. I'll first start with Shino from the Aburame clan. I mean, Shino's introduction was super cool. He came in with his drip and his glasses. He was always quiet and always steady. I believe he has such a good introduction. They never actually failed a mission when Shino is there. You know, there's actually a joke in Naruto that says if Shino went to the Sasuke retrieval mission, Naruto will have ended after 1 arc. But then how can somebody like that had that kind of reputation end up becoming the useless person that he became in Naruto Shippuden? We are not even going to talk about Boruto because that doesn't exist in my mind. But how can Shino from an Aburame clan that is known for their bugs and their OP jutsu and skills, he was literally like a prodigy in that class and he ended up being useless. He wasn't really, he didn't really do anything during the war, and literally the only memory I have of Shino was how his bugs went through the guy with the air thing in the tuning exams, how he won that fight, and that's the only thing that he ever contributed to. After they grew up, after the time skip, he came in, changed a bit of drip, still maintained his coolness, but completely disappeared. And then his arc ended up ending as, oh, he was a shy person, but he actually liked children, so he ended up becoming a teacher and completely losing all his drip. In my opinion, Shino is definitely wasted potential. He could have done so much more in the show that he did. I mean, the next person that I wanted to talk about was his Masashi Kishimoto's female characters, but this video is gonna be a day long if we're gonna do the female characters. So I decided that the next person would just be Konohamaru. Konohamaru was meant to be the prodigy, was meant to be the regent of Naruto, the grandson of 3rd Hokage, the nephew of Asuma, and Naruto, the strongest Hokage's literal student, ended up being what? Nothing. He actually was one of the only people in the whole show to learn a Rasengan. And he started off so well. In the Pain arc, he was one of the only people that actually managed to take down a Pain with a Rasengan. He was better than, is it Ebushi Sensei that was his bodyguard? His bodyguard couldn't do shit. When Konohamaru was a child, he had so much potential that he was already better than Jonin level ninjas. And what happened to him in the end? Konohamaru became trash.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
If you see Konohamaru I mean, maybe you could give him like a pass during the war because he was still young. But what happened to Konohamaru in Boruto? I said I'm not going to talk about Boruto, but literally in Boruto, before Boruto got any of his overpowered stuff, what happened to him? Nothing. He loses all fights. This is somebody that is meant to be Naruto's student, trained under Naruto, learned the Rasengan at a young age. It's a very hard jutsu to learn. And he learned it. Took down a Pain before he was a Jonin. And he can't beat random people in Boruto. Also, somebody that actually managed to take down a Pain should definitely have done more in the final war, even if he was a kid. This is ninja war. Kakashi and Obito were fighting ninjas during the ninja war when they were younger. Why couldn't Konohamaru do the same thing? In my opinion, that is also so much wasted potential. It's so much wasted potential that Konohamaru could have been a whole spin-off after Naruto, not that trash that we got Boruto. And then lastly, and finally, the most annoying one for me, Rock Lee. Naruto fans, we all know what I mean by this. Chunin exams? Rock Lee versus Gaara? I mean, Rock Lee's introduction already was awesome. He came in, beat Sasuke in a taijutsu battle. At that point in time, Sasuke just seemed so overpowered because he was so much better than our MC Naruto. This guy seemingly beat Sasuke with ease. He had the best fight, arguably, in the whole show, which is him versus Gaara in the Chunin exam. And the best moment when he removed his weights and threw them on the floor and it became a nuclear explosion. Tell me that's not drip. But you do all that. In fact, you break his leg and then you fix it. You know, saying, oh, he would never be a ninja again. And then his leg actually becomes fixed and he comes back and he becomes a ninja. The embodiment of hard work. This guy has no talent. Perfect underdog. But he's steady been losing every single battle. In fact, he loses so much he can't even get Sakura to like him. My man is a bona fide simp. How can you waste a character this much? The fact that he was trained by Guy and what happened with Guy at the end of the show with him almost beating Madara. This boy could open 6 gates when he was still a child. He definitely could have done more in the war. How many times have we seen Rock Lee open the gates or do anything substantial? He fought Kinimaru. But how is it that after 20 years or 15 years or 16 years of shows, hundreds of episodes, the only thing that we have to show for you is what happened in the first 100 episodes of when they were kids? Rock Lee beating Gaara in a fight that he eventually still lost. Never won anything. Completely addicted to taking L's. Like, even Neji died, which is better than what... Neji too is wasted potential, but even Neji died, which is much better than the character arc that Rock Lee had. You could take Rock Lee out of the story and it wouldn't change anything. And for a character that you built up so much when he was a kid, how isn't that wasted potential? So, when I watched the show, I don't understand why Masashi decided to do all these things and decided to go through all these routes. But I guess when dealing with so many characters, and if you're not Ichiro Goat, the writer of One Piece, it can get confusing and mixed up and lead to that. But then again, we don't want wasted potential in our shows, but I guess that's what we have, and that's why Naruto is the GOAT of wasted potential. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video. Thumbs out.